Prince Harry and Meghan cry like rain. King Charles discovers Archie Harrison is a bogus child, coldly revokes the title plus privilege. You're telling me what? That's what King Charles reportedly muttered under his breath, eyes frozen, lips pressed into a tight line, as a thick envelope from MI6 landed on his polished desk at Clarence House. Inside it, a secret DNA report, shattering the illusion that had held the monarchy and the world spellbound. Archie Harrison, the darling child who once made front pages glow with royal baby fever. The symbol of hope, diversity, and change. According to confidential sources, he might not even be Harry's son. Wait, what? Could this be the biggest royal scandal since Edward VIII? Let's not underestimate the gravity of what's just unfolded. To put this in context, the last time something this scandalous shook Buckingham Palace, Edward VIII abdicated the throne for love. A whole king stepped down to marry a divorced American woman, and Britain nearly imploded. Now, fast forward nearly a century later, and history seems to be having a cheeky encore performance. Another royal prince. Another American woman. Another betrayal that's rattling the very bones of Windsor Castle. But this time, it's not just about love. It's about lineage, legacy, and what it means to lie to the crown. This isn't just gossip. This is the kind of plot twist that makes history books revise their pages. The Meghan question, victim or mastermind? Here's where opinions get divided like Buckingham's silverware after a state dinner. Some say Meghan is a victim of a system that never welcomed her. She was attacked by the press, isolated by the firm, and forced into a corner, argue her defenders. If she made choices out of desperation, who are we to judge? Others see something much more sinister. A carefully executed plan, calculated interviews, a Netflix documentary, book deals, and a relentless PR machine that painted her as the misunderstood heroine, all while hiding a truth that could dismantle the very brand she built. Let's not forget, she chose to keep details of Archie's birth private. She chose to withhold his face from the public for months. She chose to craft a narrative that benefited her image. So, was this all orchestrated? Or did it spiral out of control? How will the palace clean up this mess? Make no mistake, the royal family has survived wars, divorces, and even the invention of Twitter. But this is different. This scandal doesn't just damage the family's reputation, it threatens their legitimacy. If the public begins questioning royal bloodlines, it could unravel centuries of carefully managed history. That's why insiders say King Charles is in crisis mode. Legal advisors are reviewing every contract Harry and Meghan signed that involved the use of royal titles. Financial auditors are combing through trust fund disbursements. And behind the scenes, high-level discussions are happening about tightening royal protocol for births and marriages. We'll never see another unverified royal child again, one source said bluntly. And honestly, can you blame them? What this means for Prince William and Princess Kate. Amid all this chaos, one royal couple seems to be standing tall, William and Kate. While Harry and Meghan battle in the court of public opinion, William and Kate are doing what they do best, keeping calm and carrying on. But don't think for a second they're untouched by this scandal. According to royal aides, William is furious. Not just at the betrayal of the crown, but at how this could tarnish his children's future. He's protective of his kids, one palace source explained. And he sees this mess as a threat to the monarchy they'll one day inherit. Don't be surprised if we see William stepping up in more prominent public roles soon, perhaps even as the stabilizing force in a monarchy rocked by deceit. After all, what's more relatable than the brother who stayed while the other ran? Public trust in the royals. Can it be rebuilt? Let's be honest, the monarchy was already on shaky ground. A younger generation increasingly questions the point of crowns and castles in a modern world. Scandals like Prince Andrew's didn't help. Now this? It could be the straw that breaks the diamond-studded camel's back. But here's the thing. The royal family has always had one hidden weapon, the public's weirdly enduring affection for royal drama. We're mad. We're shocked. We're shaking our heads. And yet, we can't look away. Rebuilding trust won't be easy. But transparency and swift action is a good start. Revoking Archie's title may seem harsh, but for many, it's the monarchy finally drawing a line, saying, enough. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what they needed to do. What about the kids? Archie and Lilibet's future. Here's the part that tugs at the heartstrings. Whatever happened, there are innocent children caught in the crossfire. Archie, whether royal or not, is still just a kid. Lilibet, if she's real, and at this point, we honestly don't know, is just a toddler. They didn't ask for this. They didn't choose the limelight, the lawsuits, the DNA tests, the memes. So the real question becomes, what happens to them now? Will Meghan and Harry try to keep them out of the spotlight entirely? Will they attempt to rebrand their family narrative in the US? Or will this be the breaking point that causes everything, marriages, reputations, careers, to finally collapse? Only time will tell. But we hope those kids grow up with one thing that was clearly missing in this royal saga: the truth. Your turn. Let's talk about it. If you've made it this far, you're either royally intrigued or royally shook. So let's talk. Do you think King Charles did the right thing by revoking Archie's title? Was Meghan unfairly treated or finally unmasked? Should Harry stay with her now, knowing what he knows? And honestly, where the heck is Oprah in all this? Jump into the comments and let us know your take. This isn't just a story for tabloids, it's a moment of history in the making, and your voice matters. The Meghan and Harry brand, cracked, but not collapsed? Let's not sugarcoat it. This bombshell has bruised the once shiny Sussex brand. But will it destroy them completely? Here's the twist. While many see this as the ultimate downfall, others believe it's just another pivot point for Meghan and Harry. After all, this couple has turned scandal into strategy before. Remember the Oprah interview? The Netflix docuseries? The tell-all memoir? They've made millions turning palace pain into platform power. So don't be shocked if they attempt to reframe. Maybe even something like, "We were misled too. We protected our child's identity for his safety." This is a private family matter being twisted by the press. It's the playbook, and they've used it well. But the question remains, will the public buy it this time? Because there's a difference between escaping palace politics and fooling the King of England. The real father theory. Wild guesses and theories galore. And now we enter conspiracy territory, but it's where the internet lives, so buckle up. If Harry's not the biological father, who is? Some tabloids whisper about a former bodyguard. Others point to a Hollywood producer Meghan was rumored to be close to before her royal days. And a few are even tossing out the idea that Archie might have been adopted or conceived by a surrogate. Of course, none of this is confirmed. But the fact that the royal family hasn't outright denied the rumors is telling. And when silence meets speculation, the result is a firestorm. Everyone from YouTubers to TikTok sleuths are combing through old photos, comparing baby pictures, and decoding body language like it's an Olympic sport. And honestly, we get it. This kind of drama isn't just entertaining, it's addictive. The ripple effect on royal protocol, a tighter monarchy. Let's get serious for a second. This situation has exposed a gaping hole in the royal system, a lack of checks and balances when it comes to verifying lineage and legitimacy. After all, when your family tree determines who rules an empire, you better make sure the roots are real. So, what's the palace doing to avoid another bogus baby scandal? Sources say royal advisors are already pushing for new rules. Mandatory medical verification for royal births. DNA confirmation for line of succession legitimacy. Stricter eligibility for royal titles and inheritance. In other words, the monarchy is going full Ancestry.com meets MI6. And honestly, it might be the smartest thing they've done in years. Because this isn't just about Archie, it's about the future of the crown. Could this be the final blow to Megxit? Remember when Harry and Meghan left the royal family in 2020? They called it stepping back from royal duties. We called it Megxit. At the time, it seemed bold,
brave, even romantic.
Now, it's looking more like a strategic escape route ahead of a coming storm. Did they already know this DNA truth was ticking like a time bomb? Did they leave before someone uncovered the secret? If so, it changes everything. And the British public, already wary of their departure, might finally feel justified in turning their backs on the couple completely. This scandal could mark the true end of Megxit, not just a geographical separation from the monarchy, but a total severance in trust, legacy, and public favor. Meghan's Hollywood future, cancelled or comeback. Meghan once believed Hollywood would welcome her with open arms. And for a while it did. She inked a Spotify deal, now gone, Netflix specials, lukewarm at best, and was in talks for producing children's content, wellness brands, and even a potential presidential run one day. No, seriously. That was whispered. But in the wake of this scandal, even Hollywood is reportedly distancing itself. Studios are wary. Sponsors are nervous. And former allies are suddenly unavailable. Brands don't want mess, said one LA publicist. Especially not royal mess wrapped in baby drama. Still, if Meghan has one skill, it's survival. She could pivot to activism. A tell-all book. A podcast series titled The Truth About Archie. Who knows? But she'll need to move carefully because the world is watching, and this time, the sympathy card might not work. Can Harry ever come back home? This is the question burning in everyone's mind. Could Prince Harry, betrayed, disillusioned, and now publicly humiliated, ever return to the UK and reclaim his place in the royal fold? If you'd asked 2 years ago, the answer would have been absolutely not.
But now?
The situation has changed. Dramatically. King Charles may have been harsh in revoking Archie's titles, but insiders suggest he's still open to forgiving Harry if Harry separates himself from Meghan. There's a path back for him, said one palace aide. But only if he walks it alone. Can you imagine it? Harry returning to Windsor, reuniting with William, rebuilding trust with his father. It sounds far-fetched, but not impossible. After all, if the crown is about anything, it's redemption. And Harry, for all his faults, may still be the prince worth saving. Let's wrap this up with one big aha moment. Here's what this entire story boils down to. Truth matters. And lineage matters when your family wears crowns and